So, any questions so far? How many of you have already learning information that you think you can use in your own personal life? Good. Some of you who haven't, we're working on you. So we're going to show some graphic slides, honestly speaking, with the stuff that's out there these days. I mean, the 6th grade kids, they say, can we see those again? So gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is an STD, very common, easy to get STD. It gives you infections in the genitals, it can give you infections in the rectum, and it can give you infections in the throat. Again, this is through body fluids. It causes painful urination when you're urinating. I mean, it's not like you get up in the morning and you go, wow, that hurts. You go, fire! You know, like it really hurts a lot. It could have white, yellow, or green discharge from the penis. You know, sometimes you can, as you're growing up, you could have a discharge. It doesn't mean you have an STD, but if you're sexually active, definitely you want to always consult a physician. A vaginal discharge, that's with the females. They have a discharge or bleeding in between periods. It's not that time of the month, and you have blood. Definitely. Don't be afraid to speak to a doctor. Doctors have confidentiality clauses. You can speak to your doctor. My own daughters, I kept them with their pediatrician until they were 19 years old. And they could have honest conversations with them. If untreated, if you do not, you just think, oh, I'll just let it, it'll go away, it's nothing, you could cause serious or permanent health problems for males and for females, gonorrhea. STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, do not go away by themselves. It's not like a cold or the flu or the chicken pox. They can do permanent damage to your internal organs and others. Then we have chlamydia. This is a woman's reproductive organs. This is her cervix. This is where babies come out. That should be the color of the inside of her mouth. This is all red, swollen. It's got pus. That means there's an infection. It's a big problem. Chlamydia is the #1 most common, easy to get bacterial STD. Bacterial STD. And the Q-tips is the pus. If you're having a sexual relationship with somebody who has it, you have a 50% chance of getting it. Some of the symptoms would be painful pee or urination, itching, itching usually in the genitals, right? A discharge that's unusual. It's often invisible. What's the most common sign or symptom for gonorrhea and chlamydia? No sign or symptom at all. Very good, very good. Without treatment, it can cause pelvic inflammatory disease. This means, ladies, when you want to have a baby as an adult, you may not be able to because it's destroyed your ability through the fallopian tubes. It's a big problem. With teenage girls are far higher risk, more danger to get chlamydia if they're having sexual relationships with or without a condom than older women. Why would you think teenage girls? Put your thinking cap on, future mothers. Why do you think teenage girls would be higher risk than boys or older women? With a teenage girl who's having sex in the very beginning, is it usually with a younger, inexperienced partner or with an older, more experienced partner? Older, more experienced partner, so the partner's more likely to have an STD, and especially chlamydia, very, very easy to get. So also the immature lining of our cervix, there's different reasons, but primarily, the young age. Even if she wore a condom, did the condom protect her heart or her emotions? No. So pelvic inflammatory disease, this is the vaginal canal. The sperm goes up here. This is the uterus that was created for, to grow and expand with the growth of the baby. Here we have the ovaries and the fallopian tube. So the pelvic inflammatory disease, like this should be a smooth canal, but because she has the pelvic inflammatory disease, it makes it difficult for the egg that's been fertilized to travel through the tube and implant in the uterus. So if the baby, the fertilized egg, gets trapped in this canal and can't move here, and the baby starts to grow, what happens? You have to immediately go to the hospital because you need surgery right away. Ectopic pregnancy, so it's a big problem. Or it can become blocked so the husband's sperm can't even get in there. So when you want to have a baby, you're unable to. So it's a big problem. Syphilis, this woman, her mother had syphilis, but her mother didn't know it. And she's thinking for 9 months, I'm going to have this beautiful little baby, such smooth skin. I'm going to name my baby, and I just can't wait to hold my baby in my arms. And when her baby was born, because the mother had syphilis, through the birthing process, her precious daughter was born with no nose. They put this there to kind of hide the identity. And here, it's a little hard to see on the screen, but her whole body is scarred. This is all scars here. And so every time the mother sees her daughter, she says, oh, you would have been so beautiful. What did I do? Sores on the genitals, again, genitals, in the front, or a rash on the hands and the feet. But both of those signs, they seem to heal. They seem to heal. But did the syphilis go away? No, it's still in the body. Easy to transmit it to somebody else through body fluids. Unless you cure it with antibiotics, it can spread to your heart. It can spread to your eyes, causing blindness. Your brain, eventually causing blindness, paralysis, or death. What is paralysis? It means you can't move. No more sports games, right? There's the danger to the unborn child, meningitis, deformities, or stillbirth. The baby maybe doesn't even live. Very sad, such a tiny thing. So genital herpes, these are showing different symptoms of herpes on the skin. It's a viral STD. It's a virus. That means there's no cure. You can use medicine to control the symptoms that you see, but it causes painful blisters. 1 out of 5 adults are infected in the United States. Does that sound like a lot or a little to you? 1 out of 5 adults, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of you has herpes. Would you say that's a lot? It's huge, huge. 1 in 100 would be huge. It can be controlled, but it cannot be cured. Also, could you have herpes and not show symptoms and still give it to somebody through skin-to-skin contact? Yes. This is skin-to-skin contact. Is the mouth skin? Yes. Could somebody give this to through oral sex? Yes. Yes. So genital herpes with pregnant women with active herpes, if they see the herpes in the genitals, she's in labor, must have a C-section. They won't allow you to give birth naturally. Otherwise, the baby would have brain damage or even death to your child. And again, we're not trying to scare you. We're trying to help create an awareness so you make healthy choices. Also that you can talk to your friends. Human papillomavirus. How many of you have ever heard of human papillomavirus or HPV? Anybody? Okay, 1 or 2. That's the same answer I get in every classroom. Doesn't matter, middle school, high school, or college. Maybe one hand goes up. HPV is the most common, easy to get STD in the world. The most common, easy to get STD in the entire world. But nobody talks about it. 1 out of 4 females ages 14 to 59 are currently infected. Do you think all of them know? No. Because they wouldn't know unless they got a test. They have to be tested for it. 90% of genital cancers, whether it's penis, the vagina, cervical, comes from this STD. Actually, it's even more than 90%, I'm reading recently. Some strains cause genital warts. You know what a wart is, like a little skin tag, a little bump there, and it keeps growing and multiplying. Looks like a little cauliflower. Teenage girls have a 200% higher rate of cervical cancer as an adult. Again, why do you think teenage girls have a 200% higher rate? They get it when they're a teenager. They're more likely to get it, cancer as an adult. It's the immature lining of the cervix. We may feel ready for sex, but our body isn't. And that should tell us right there. And again, usually females have sex in the beginning when they're young with an older, more experienced partner who's more likely to have it and probably doesn't know it. The most common sign or symptom for HPV is what? No sign or symptom at all. No sign or symptom at all. How about the emotional impact? We know what oral sex is, right? It's mouth to genitals. A lot of teenagers think that's safe sex. I still have my virginity. I had just recently in Patterson a 12th grader, really great guy, straight A's, polite, such a nice guy. And I went to pick up some papers from his teacher. He asked me to please if he could speak to me in the hallway, and I see he looked frantic. I said, okay, so I stand in the hallway. I always report to the teachers what they discuss with me because it's their student, right? He says, Miss Linda, this girl went down on me 2 days ago, and she missed her period. She said she swallowed. Could she be pregnant? I thought, he's straight A student. He thinks by having oral sex that she could become pregnant. He was so relieved when I said, impossible. And it was interesting because this is why sometimes people say, oh, I already heard this before. When I mentioned to the teacher, she loves this guy too, and she said, we just talked about these exact things yesterday, but somehow it didn't register. I think the girl might have told him that morning, so yeah. But how about the emotional? Forget about STDs, forget about pregnancy. Is there an emotional impact from oral sex? Many girls are tricked into believing that oral sex hookups are a way to avoid STDs. It's just oral sex, I can't get an STD. Can you get an STD through oral sex? Yes, any STD you can give and get from here, you can give and get from here, all of them, all of them. So how do they feel when they have a sexually transmitted infection in their throat? How do they feel when on, TikTok and all of the social media, that person that she did that with tells everybody? Do you think she feels embarrassed or happy? She feels proud. Yeah, I did that. How about the guys? How about if, somebody goes down on you and then they tell everybody on Facebook and they make fun of you? Is there an emotional impact? Yeah. Anytime you want to do some act of intimacy and you feel like it's just me and this other person, we're alone, pretend all of your buddies were watching. Would you want to do this in front of all your friends? If not, then maybe we need to pause. So a lot assume they'll be more popular after engaging in oral sex. I know a lot of girls who thought this. I don't know why boys get more props than girls do, but they were surprised because now they're called a bunch of names and stuff like that. So it's kind of sad. They didn't think. They thought, I'll be more popular. STDs can be spread through how? I need you. Could you read me the bottom here, sir?
Having sex equals any activity between two persons involving contact with the genitals for the purpose of sexual arousal.
Okay, get out your dictionary, everybody. So any activity between two or more people, ménage à trois, involving contact with the genitals for the purpose of being turned on or sexual arousal. That is having sex. People think, oh, oral sex is not sex. Anal sex is not sex, No, it's called sex. So it's spread through how? Vaginal sex, that's usually penis in the vagina, sexual intercourse. Anal sex, what the heck is anal sex? We have booty infatuation in this country. I don't know if it began with thong, 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 song. I have no idea. But some people be looking at a girl's booty before they even see their face. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. What happens when they have children and their children see the porn that they were doing through their music videos? Mommy, was that you? Oh my gosh, I can't go to school. Same with Madonna. Back in the day, she started all this. She says, my only fear in life is that someday my children will see what I did on stage. You can't erase it. Once something is on social media or your cell phone or anything, it is there forever. So anal sex is typically penis in the rectum, and oral sex. Again, any STD you can give and get from here, you can give and get from here, give and get from here. Skin-to-skin contact or body fluids. Skin-to-skin contact in the genital area for HPV and herpes. HPV and herpes is skin-to-skin contact. Again, it's not shaking hands. Wrestling team, I'm not sure. But typically it's intimate contact. 10,000. 10,000, write this name. Oh, not all of you taking notes. 10,000. 10,000 teenagers today, tomorrow, yesterday, and every day next year are getting an STD. How many of you, this is just in America, how many of you think this is an exaggeration? Even I said, no, it can't still be. Every time I Google it, CDC.com, Center for Disease Control, they say 10,000 teenagers a day get an STD. If you're a teenager, please raise your hand. Raise your hand. Are you a teenager or you're an adult? How old are you? Him, how old is he? 16. Okay, raise your hand. Everybody in the room, raise your hand. Used to be a teenager. Yeah, 10,000 a day. Do you think that will win a debate? Heck yes. You think they don't know about condoms? Condoms, they reduce your risk, they don't protect you. Every single day, 10,000 a day. Oh, this is how the brainiacs think. I had this girl the next day, because I make them take down notes. They got to write down 3 things that they learn. She says, oh, Miss Linda, I figured it out. And she went 10,000 teenagers a day, that's nothing. And then she had looked how many teenagers we have in America. So 10,000 a day, that's nothing. And I was stumped. So after she left, I did some math. So the next day, I went 10,000 times 365 days a year. Is that a lot? Her jaw hit the table because she was getting high fives. Oh, you stumped Miss Linda. I don't think so. 365 days a year times 10,000 a day. Phew. 4 out of 10 sexually active girls are infected with at least one STD. 4 out of 10, not will be, are infected with at least one STDs. Could they get it from the air? No. Could they get it from mama's apple pie? No. It's usually some form of intimate contact. I know mononucleosis, you could share drinks, but STDs, I don't think so. This is such an interesting slide. So this was research done in a high school. This graph was on the cover of the Time magazine. When I was in the Soviet Union, when I was in Belarus, this was on the Time magazine. I was shocked. The red spots are girls, the blue spots are boys. This is called the chain of affection, but we call it the chain of infection. So the red spots are girls, the blue spots are boys. These researchers went to a Midwestern high school and they did a sex survey. And they found out, about half of the students said they weren't having any sex. So let's say they were telling the truth, right? So the other half, they said, who did you have sex with? And everybody had like a number or code, so it was, private. And they found, like, this person had sex with this person, who had sex with this person, who had sex with this person, so on and so forth. So even those with only one sex partner in their whole life, they were linked to 286 other people indirectly. So if this person has herpes, what might this person have? Herpes. This person has chlamydia, what might they have? And they probably don't know each other's names. So, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but anyway. So you have this girl over here. She had sex with this boy, then had sex over here. What would happen if this girl, in 8th grade, yes, she had sex. What if she becomes a freshman in high school and she says, okay, been there, done that, I'm going to stop. I'm going to become a secondary virgin. What's a secondary virgin? Exactly. You had sex once or a dozen times, doesn't matter, and you decide to wait. You're going to stop and wait till you're an adult, you get married. Is that a healthy choice or unhealthy choice? Healthy. Is that a mature choice or immature choice? Mature, very good. Is that easy or not easy? Not easy. In Spanish, we say, no es fácil. It's not easy. But anything that's really worth doing well, that's really worth doing in life, is it really easy? No, it's not easy. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So when this report came out, do you think the ones that were not having sex, do you think they felt like losers or winners? They felt like big winners. Believe me, they felt like big winners. This was a shock. This was a shock. Mm-hmm. So how to break the chain? How about if they do a big airlift of condoms and drop it on the high school? Would that protect them? Nah. So how to break the chain? Either don't have sex, or if you are, stop. Stop. Refrain. So what about the sexually active in your high school? Like how many are they connected to? Do you think they know? They don't know. And a lot of times, if they got HIV or some of these diseases, they don't know till they become adults. A lot of them aren't going to doctors and getting tested. They think they're having fun. So you won't know what they went through because, everybody goes their own way. The half that abstained, what was their risk for STDs? Zero. The entire school could have STDs, and they're worried more about getting a cold or the flu. So this is how, Sam and Angel, they really love each other. They've been going out for a while. And they're a couple now. They're just totally monogamous. They really love each other. They're talking about, their future. So Angel never had sex before. Sam is their first sex partner. And Sam really loves Angel. They're totally monogamous, faithful to each other. Well, before Sam met Angel, Sam had sex with only one other person. That person there. That person had sex with that person, that person, that person, that person. So by having sex with only one other person, Sam unknowingly exposed Angel to dozens, maybe hundreds of chances for STDs. That's what happened in New York. A guy was having sex with high school students, and then they found out he had HIV, and then they realized he potentially infected 104 other people, and then they potentially infected 565 people, and so on and so forth. So again, no idea that they have it. They're just thinking they're expressing their love. So now we're going to play Nerf Ball. Oops. Who likes to play games? Okay, so we're going to have our friend Gideon. Now, my people that I asked for volunteers, this is not the one yet. So when I say volunteers, then you'll know you're up to bat. So Gideon, let's give Gideon a great big hand. This is going to be so much fun. And he said, hold it like this.
Hold it close, right? All right, everybody. So I need 3 volunteers. Can someone raise their hand to be a volunteer? 3 volunteers. Or I'll choose one. Okay, TK, he's 1. All right. Chingung, okay, great. And this guy over here, what's your name? DJ. DJ, okay, DJ. All right, I need you 3 to stand up and be over here. All right, great, awesome. Now I need everyone else to stand up. Okay. So what's going to happen here is that I'm going to give you guys some balls. All right. Here we go. Here, share some balls. Here we go. Share it, right? Great. Now, what's going to happen is that on the count of 3, you're all going to pass them to each other, right? You're going to turn around and you could throw it up there. They could throw it down to you, right? While you're throwing it to each other, these 3 over here are just going to stand and watch. We're just going to watch them have fun. They're going to have so much fun, all right? Okay, I hope that's enough balls. Let's see what's here on the notes. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, you're just going to throw them to each other. Okay? And don't throw too hard. And here's the catch, right? Remember what you had and what you threw. Remember the color. Okay, remember the color? All right, this will last for 1 or 2 minutes, and you guys are just going to have fun with it, okay? All right, on a count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Just pass it up to people. No, aim. No, you got to aim. Aim it. Yeah, pass it. Yeah, just throw it around to people. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are just watching. You're just watching them have so much fun. Oh, wow. They look like they're having so much fun. Oh, my gosh. Whoa. Yeah, keep on throwing to each other. Don't throw it too hard. Just let them catch. Let people catch. There you go. Remember the colors. While you're having so much fun. Wow. Amazing. Oh, great catch. Whoa. Incredible. Oh, my gosh. Wow. You guys are really good at throwing and catching. Amazing. All right, 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, stop. Okay, great. So, all right, so these 3 people here, right, your friends are all out there having so much fun, right? Enjoying themselves while you stay at home doing your homework, doing your reports, doing your projects, obeying your parents. You know, they probably gave you a curfew, right? Okay, so how did you feel? How do you feel while they're all having so much fun and you're just being a good little kid at home?
It's like I was watching a weird sitcom or something.
I felt left out. Like, why didn't it pass the ball to me?
Okay.
I guess you could feel left out.
Left out? Okay, they felt left out. Oh, wow, amazing. All right. Wow, so here's the thing, okay? We're going to now explain about what those balls represent. Again, remember what you had, okay? So who had the pink ball? Can someone raise their hand, like, who touched the pink ball and who threw the pink ball? Okay. Right. Who else? The pink ball. Great, okay. So here's the thing is that whoever got the pink ball, all right, that means that you have HPV virus. That some strains cause genital warts or can lead to cervical cancer. Okay, spread by skin-to-skin contact. Sorry, there's no cure or condom that can, protect you from that. All right, so who had the orange ball? Raise your hand if you had the orange ball. Okay, great. Okay, oh, wow. Wow, lots of people have the orange ball. Okay, so the orange ball represents chlamydia, the silent disease that often shows no signs and which can cause infertility. What is infertility? You may ask. It means you can't have children. That's what it means. Okay. All right, so who touched the green ball? Who had the green ball? Okay, someone in the back over here had the green ball. Great, okay, you had the green ball too. All right, so that means that you went to all these popular parties and now you're addicted to alcohol, which also can lead to many problems with your brain, your health, and internal organs, including your sex organ. All right. Okay, now let's go to who touched the yellow ball? Was there a yellow ball? Oh, he's got a yellow ball on him. Okay. Who else had the yellow ball? Okay, back there, you had the yellow ball. Okay, he also had the, oh man, he had like the green ball. Now he's got the yellow ball. Oh man, all right. Here we go. So that represents infection with HIV. Now, did we learn that there's a cure for HIV? No, there's no cure for HIV. So here's the thing. Now we have these three who are standing at the side, right? Abstaining from sexual activity and illegal drug use of all kinds, focus on their goals and schoolwork, and we're not infected at all. So how do you feel now?
I'm just happy. I don't know.
She feels happy.
The sitcom ratings dropped down low now. When we found out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. What about you?
Thank God they didn't pass the ball to me.
Pass the ball. Right. All right. Give him a round of applause. All right. Good job, everybody. Good job. You may return to your seats. Yeah, if you can, please. Here you go. Let's invite up Miss Linda again. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, Miss Linda.
I was enjoying it so much. Let's give Gideon a great big hand. Woo! Could you understand what happened? It's that easy. It's that easy. So please don't steal my little Nerf balls. I need them back. So, yeah. Give a big hand to the volunteers for being so righteous. We know it's not easy to volunteer. But, yeah, now you're the cool ones. You're the cool ones. So, yeah, a little Nerf ball activity. Yeah. What's this? It's a condom. It's a condom, you know. They usually come in boxes like this, you know. It says, just wear a condom, just strap up, you'll be all right. I always say, will a condom protect your heart when that person dumps you for a better deal? No, this is, even little children, I have 10-year-olds, 6th graders, saying, but Miss Linda, what if I wear 2? How about if I wear 3 or 4? The kids that I taught, they used to find the used condoms in the playground because people would be there at night and they would wash them and share them with their friends. So how much protection does a latex condom give in real use? Most of their research has been just with, really not with human beings, yes.
I'm actually curious about something. I don't really know how exactly a condom really works.
How's it works?
Like, is it actually really tight? Because what if it gets lost inside the...
Very good question. Is it on tight? What happens if it was to become loose, you know? Well, that's a really great question. Usually I have more condoms with me. But you know the long balloons? It looks like that, but a little bigger. And it's got a reservoir that you pinch. So it see how it is there? It unrolls, and basically they put it on that way. The female vaginal canal is like this. It's open here and closed here. That's the cervix where the baby comes out. So this is closed. It would just be inside there, easy to get out. It's about that long. So you would just take it out. So that would usually be if the guy lost his erection and then the condom slipped off, or he wanted to show off and say, I got a XXL, you know, when it should have just been normal. So, no, it's a great question. I really admire your bravery because even adults don't know these things, you know, so it's very good. And even, you know, the kids say, oh, yeah, you know, just wear 3 or 4. Have they ever read the instructions? No, you know, they don't. And so they pretty much always use them incorrectly. And again, what about the emotional impact? You know, like if your daughter's going out, you just want, you know, she's 15 years old. She says she's just going to, you know, go to the park with her friends. Do you ask the boys, did you all bring condoms in case you want to practice on my daughter? Maybe not, right? Yeah. It kind of changes the dynamics of the conversation. So we say protection and safe sex are just very misleading. They used to, even, I remember when it first came out with HRV, they says, practice safe sex, wear protection. Now it's just risk reduction. And how much protection would a latex condom give for your heart? Even if it's used correctly and every single time, People don't use it correctly in every single time. 1 out of 5 teenage girls using a condom become pregnant within the first year. Does that sound safe to you? No. Partial protection against STDs. 80% risk reduction for HIV, so, 80% if they work correctly in every single time, which means the moment the penis is erected outside the clothes, they have to put it on immediately. I've asked a lot of adults, none of them even have read the instructions. If you wear it correctly and every single time you have sex, you may reduce your risk against gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes, HPV, or syphilis 50%. Does that sound like safe or protection? No. And again, herpes and HPV, what's the most common sign or symptom for herpes or HPV? No sign or symptom at all. Yeah. And again, a lot of times by the time they realize they have one of these STDs, already the damage has been done internally. Oh, I'm sorry. So who has the writing activities? We have a sheet to hand out to people.
Yeah, we have it. Okay.
Who could, I need somebody with good reading skills. Oh, can you read this slide for me, sir?
Imagine you are in your 30s or 40s. Write a letter to a niece or nephew telling them that you are beginning chemo treatments for penile or cervical cancer, and telling them, looking back, what you realize now and what you wish you had done differently as a teenager.
Wonderful, thank you very much. So penile cancer is for male or female? Male. That's cancer of the penis, right? And then cervical cancer would be female cancer. So we have a writing activity. Does everybody have, who does not have something to write with? Everybody has something good. Thank you. Can I see this? Oh, yeah. May I have one too? Because there's more. I'll take this one. Sorry. Also, if English is not your native language, you can write in the language that you're comfortable with. So also, primarily, ovarian cancer, penile cancer, they're caused by HPV, almost 100%. So the human papillomavirus is a viral STD. It infects 1 out of 4 females in the United States and many men. Several strains cause genital warts, and it's the cause of more than 90% of genital cancers in women and men. Each year, nearly 500,000 women develop cervical cancer, cancer of the cervix around the world, with 200,000 deaths. In other words, more women die from this HPV each year because of cervical cancer than die of AIDS in America. Girls who have sex as teenagers have higher rates of cervical cancer when they become older. The cells in the cervix are still developing and more sensitive to infection than older women. HPV infections can go away on their own in 1 to 2 years, yet some people stay infected for many years. If they don't treat an HPV infection, for women it can cause cells inside your cervix to turn into cancer, and it can take between 10 and 30 years from the time they're infected until a tumor forms. So that's just some good factoids that we want you to be able to have. So what we want you to do now is write a letter to your niece or nephew, dear niece, dear nephew, and just say, as your parents have probably told you, I have cancer, cervical cancer or penile cancer, and then tell them about things you wish you had done differently as a teenager so this wouldn't have happened to you. We're going to give you 5 minutes to write the letter. So you're going to write, dear nephew, dear niece. I need a brave person to come up, or just where you are, just if you could read what you have so far. Great. Thank you for volunteering. I really appreciate it.
Dear nephew, As your parents may have told you, I am beginning chemotherapy to treat my penile cancer. I want to write this letter to you because looking back, I wish someone had done the same for me. You have all the potential in the world. You can have a successful career, a loving wife, and happy, beautiful children. However, you can also ruin all of this with just one choice, to have sex before marriage, even once. Premarital sex can give you a permanent scar in your heart or leave a permanent scar on your body, like it has for me.
Please give him a great big hand for bravery. Well, he just did my whole presentation in one little letter like that. Huh. Amazing. But it's heartbreaking, you know. I'm sure it's relief for the person if they can even help one person make healthy choices. But, you know, life can get really real sometimes. And again, we don't exaggerate anything. If anything, I know Dr. Panzer, because every time he gives us a new slide, I already research at American Scientist and all of this stuff. He takes middle of the road. Things are actually a lot worse than what we say it is. You know, we really take middle of the road. So thank you very much. So, you know, those of you who didn't finish yet, go ahead and finish at another time and everything. But it's a good exercise, you know, when you walk in somebody else's shoes and try to think, you know, what would I do? You know, how could I explain this? Yes. Yes, is there one other volunteer? One other volunteer, pick somebody. Yeah. Great. Oh, great, you can volunteer. Here, hand this back to her. Thank you.
Dear future niece, this is your auntie, I guess, Shingung. I'm currently in the hospital because I'm diagnosed with a cervical cancer. I know you're in your teenage year, and it's hard to keep yourself before marriage because it's not a popular opinion in today's society. I regret the decisions I made in life. I just want to say, keeping yourself till marriage, keeping your virginity is the best gift from God. You'll never regret it. Stay pure and safe, and God bless. That's what I wrote.
Oh, good. Great big hand.